So I guess you clicked on this video because you are either confused if the guy you're talking to actually likes you, or you're stuck in a situationship and you wonder whether the guy likes you enough to turn this situationship into a relationship. But either way, no matter the reason why you clicked on this video, if you are not sure whether the guy actually likes you or not, then chances are that he's simply not that into you. Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll talk about clear signs that show that the guy that you are either seeing or talking to is in reality not that into you and doesn't like you as much as you like him. First and foremost, I truly believe that if the guy likes you, you will know. If not, you will be confused. Why? Just think about it. Whenever a guy truly liked you, were you ever having second thoughts? Were you ever doubting that he likes you? Were you ever wondering if he can like someone else more than you? I assume no, because whenever a guy truly liked me, I always knew from the get-go because he always showed his interest towards me. But whenever it was a back and forth thing and I just got headache from it, I knew in reality that he was simply not that into me, and that's okay. A lot of girls have the problem of admitting to themselves that maybe the guy that they're seeing or they have a back and forth thing just doesn't like them enough. Make the mistake that they believe that they're the ones that can change a guy. They believe that they can make the guy from not liking them or not being into them as much to loving them, but that's simply not the case. Because when a guy likes you, he likes you from the get-go. And if he does like you from the get-go, you will always know. And an example that I personally can think of is the US Bachelor. I don't know who kept up with it, but he was stating in an interview once the show ended that the candidate he gave his final rose to, he knew already few episodes beforehand will be the one that will receive the rose. And just because he's not that into you doesn't mean that he cannot think to himself that you are a great person, but he knows that for him, someone else is his dream girl, and he knows that if for him, someone else is a better match. You also need to understand for yourself as a girl that there is someone who will be a way better match for you as well. Because if there's a guy that is not that into you, there can be someone else who he has that better connection with. Then you will indeed have also someone else who you will vibe with differently, who will also be a much better match for you. Because the problem that a lot of girls have is letting go of someone that isn't that into them, letting go of what could have been if he chose me, whatever it is. But you need to live with the reality. If he's not that into you, that's totally fine, because you will never be alone and you will meet someone that is 100 times a better match for you than someone who's not sure about you from the beginning. When you actually let go of someone that isn't really that into you, you make room for someone else to enter your life that will be 100 times better and 100 times a better match for you. And you will never doubt what you guys have from the beginning, rather than be stuck with someone who you need to constantly doubt or have second thoughts about whether he truly likes you or not. So stop being stuck on someone that isn't that into you. Secondly, I truly believe that if the guy wanted to, he would. And I know there will be a lot of people now, especially girls, that disagree with me. Oh, but he cannot read my mind. Oh, but what is if we have different love languages? Oh, this and that. But just think about it. No matter whether it's a guy or a girl, if someone really wants to, they would. And a simple example that I can think of, imagine you and your best friend go to a bar and you see a handsome guy and you have the impression that he wants to come up to talk to you, but he doesn't end up doing that. What does that show you? For me personally, that shows that yes, he might have found you attractive, but he wasn't enough into you to make that extra step and to go out of his way to approach you. Because If the person truly wants someone, they will go out of their comfort zone, out of their way to go talk to them. And it doesn't matter whether it's a shy guy, whether it's an introvert, it doesn't matter who he is. If he really wants to, in my opinion, he would. And if he didn't, he just didn't want it badly enough. Because I'm sure that if he saw his dream girl at the place that you have been, he would have approached her, because he would not have wanted to miss out on such a great opportunity. And honestly, that applies for both girls and guys. If a girl really likes a guy, she might also, even if she never approaches guys first, if she really liked that guy and she thought to herself, wow, he could be the one, she might go out of her way and out of her comfort zone to approach him first. Now let's talk about when you're stuck with someone in a situationship. For those people who don't know what a situationship is, it's basically when two people start seeing each other for multiple months, years, but the guy doesn't put a label on it. And instead of being in a relationship, what the norm would be if the guy would ask the girl to be his girlfriend, they're just stuck in this weird situation called situationship. Chances are that if you two have been going out for a while, or it has been few months or few years even, that there is a connection, but the connection isn't strong enough for the guy to put a label on it, or he just doesn't view you as his dream girl. Because if the guy truly knows your worth, he would want to put a label on it and would want to be with you in a relationship. Because if he doesn't put a label on it, there are no strings attached. And if you're not in a relation, you also don't have any obligation, meaning that he could lose you at any point of his life. So if he did not put a label on it, he is not afraid of losing you from the get-go. Because trust me, if he does meet a girl that he truly likes and truly values, he would want to claim her. Because why would a guy want to be in a situationship with someone that he truly likes if he knows that he could lose her at any moment? That for me shows that he didn't like her enough to be in a relationship with, even though there is a connection or there is a vibe between you two. And maybe the guy you are stuck in a situationship with, maybe he does like you, but for XYZ reasons he can't be with you. Whether he has trust issues, commitment issues, or other issues, it doesn't matter what it is. Why would you want to be stuck with someone who doesn't see your value? Why would you freely want to be with someone who doesn't see your worth? And I know that there are a lot of girls who are stuck in situationships for months, years, but the biggest disfavor you can do for yourself is to be stuck in this situationship and waste your years away. Because the longer you're stuck in this type of situation, the more time you're preventing from actually meeting someone that genuinely likes you and would love to be in a relationship with you. Because I know personally from my experience, I was stuck in a situationship 3 years ago, and I'm very grateful for the experience I had, and I don't regret it, because I know it's those type of situations that make you grow as a person. And honestly, if there's one advice I can give you, is that the sooner you leave the situation, the better you will feel. Because a lot of girls have the problem of letting go, and they're afraid that they're not going to meet someone better. But trust me, if you are stuck with someone in a situationship, the biggest favor you can do for yourself is get out of it as soon as possible. Because you need to realize if the guy really wanted to be with you, he would put a label on it and he would try to make it work. And if he doesn't do that, that just means that you two have not a future together. And why would you want to be stuck with someone that you don't have a future with? So if that sounds familiar to you and you are stuck in a situationship, do yourself a favor and get out of it as soon as possible. Because the sooner that you let it go, the sooner something else will come to you that is 100 times better. When a guy is into you, you will 100% know, and you will have no doubts. And as I said, I myself was in situations in the past where I was going back and forth with a guy, But nowadays, I just spare myself the headache. And when I see it's not working out, I let it go, because I know that the sooner I let it go, the sooner someone else will come into my life that is much, much better. And I would truly recommend every one of you to do the same, to spare the headache, because I know that we as girls, we have this trouble of letting go, but you need to understand that you will never end up alone anyways. If you remember any heartbreak that you have, was it ever that painful that you didn't get over it? Was there any guy that you knew that you liked him more than he liked you and you didn't get over him? No, because you can get over anything, and the sooner you let it go, the better it is for yourself. Also, we as girls have a very strong intuition. When we are seeing a guy or talking to a guy, we are aware if the guy really likes us, or if we're just convincing ourselves that he likes us, and that's why we are looking at the little things he does, convince ourselves that, oh, he does like me. But in reality, what I can suggest to everyone is to follow your intuition. Don't let your ego come into your way of saying, oh, I can be the one that changes him. Oh, I can be the one that will make him want to be with me. Because you know what's easier, changing a guy that is not really into you, is simply letting go of him and letting the universe making another man enter your life who is way better than the guy who's not that into you. It's way easier to remove yourself out of this situation, stop talking to this guy who's not really truly into you, where you need to convince yourself that he likes you, and stop letting your ego come into your way of thinking to yourself, oh, I will be the one that will make it happen, that will change that situationship and turn it into a relationship. Because I know we as girls, we also have egos, but it's so much easier to live when you can just accept the fact that not everyone is going to be that into you. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you will realize that any person that isn't that into you, the universe is just showing to you that there is someone 100 times better out there who is a way better match for you and who you will be way happier with. So follow your intuition, stop entertaining guys that are not really that into you, and focus on guys that actually like you. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought. I would be really curious to know your opinion on the if he wanted to, he would, or if he likes you, you will know. If not, you will be confused. And see you in the next video. Kisses.